Okay, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I was over there talking to myself. I'll start the camera in just a second. Wait for a few people to join. Just giving it a second. I might be having some technical difficulties. Okay. Hi. Hey, there y'all are. Okay. Just making sure. I just messaged you, CK, on Twitter. Wait, let me start my camera. There y'all are. Okay, let me scoot y'all back a little. Let me scoot you back a little. Hi. Hope you and your little one are doing better. We are. I will be going this week to get retested. It's a requirement for me to go back to work so I can go back to seeing my clients. So hopefully, here's like fingers crossed to me actually coming up negative, which I think I will. I honestly feel like I'm back to normal. I'm very lucky that it was super mild. I'll share with you guys like why I think, like how I got it and all of that, and just see if anyone shows up or anybody else shows up. But hi, Fish. Yeah, same, CK. Same. It's crazy because it's like there's. I'm gonna get into it a little bit. Ooh, I'll get into it in a second. But how have you guys been? I know I need to get back up into like Discord again. It's just so it's been it's hard. Like I'll be real, it's hard to get on social media sometimes. It'd be hard. Like I get on and then I'll be feeling good, but then it's like I'll have a day where I'm just like I'm good. I'm straight. And my boyfriend, he gets annoyed because like he always is sending me stuff like to look at or laugh at, and he'll be like, "Did you check it? Did you check it?" And I'm like, "Nah." Like I don't know. I have my moments. Thanks, Fish. Thank you. Yeah. I've been watching your videos though, CK. I've been watching them. Mm-hmm. That's what's funny is like I take little breaks, but I stay on YouTube. So like everyone that was uploading that I be following with y'all, I was watching your videos. I was like, okay, I didn't comment because I wasn't in the mood. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard when it's like when I take them breaks. It's like I take a break. I'm not talking to no one. So I feel bad if I ghosted y'all. I really do. It was just one of those times like I had to. Yep. And you just see stupid it just be like, in my opinion, just dumb. Like y'all are saying some stupid stuff, and then you try to. It'll be things that you would think people would just easily understand or agree on, but it's so like I don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, Fish, I agree. So let me just tell y'all what ended up happening. I saw. Yeah, I was going to tell you. I saw your editing, CK. Like with the little I was like, she's had like what? Because I know I was going to ask you if you had like an editor or someone helping you out or whatever. Because I was like, oh, she's editing. But so what I think happened was I had been good this entire time. You already know. Once all this started, it was really just like I was already in a depression, and I was trying to take care of it as much as I possibly could. And then boom. Next thing you know, it's quarantine, and my state is. I live in Arizona, and we're one of the hotspots right now where we had cases just going up because we're one of the states that had people, rallying against quarantine. They were mad. They were mad. And this entire time, like, quarantine's one of those things. It didn't really bother me too much because I'm already an introvert. Sorry if you hear my neighbors. Yeah. But I'm already an introvert. And so when it was like, stay your butt home, it really wasn't an issue because most of the time I would always just go to work anyway. But it was one of those like, okay, you still didn't understand what was going on. You didn't know what's happening. There was conspiracy theories here, the conspiracy theories there. It was a mess. And so I'm continuously having to go to work. And then it's kind of like the job. It's one of those moments where you really pay. You remember, you know how people are saying like, you understand, like we were seeing once this all started, how companies cared about their workers, right? And so taking that to mental health is one of those, it was eye-opening as well, because it was one of those, we had to protect ourselves before anything was really provided. About 2 months in, we had to do our thing. Luckily, we have a couple of people that be in the office and be hooking us up and stuff like that. But we're out here, like we were expected to continue to hit our numbers either while this was all happening. So it's like, you're forced to just be, hey, like, and I had no issue because ultimately I did want to make sure everybody was okay. I care about my clients, you know, but it was also like, can we make sure we're good though? Like, no, it was just like, hit your numbers. And then with our state being so Republican, like luckily now, thanks to like people like my age trying to actually do some change, we're starting to lean more purple, but we're really ultimately a Republican state. And they were heated that, like, right now they're still mad they have to wear masks. You seen that lady, that clip that was going around online from a lady in Scottsdale where she was just pushing all the masks on the floor and just, against my rights type of crap. That was out here. And they really, you just want to have a moment. And they really was like, we opened up at the very time they said it was okay. The second, you know, Trump was like, oh, you know, we want y'all to open up. Da-da-da. We opened up exactly at that time because we had people rallying. People just mad. People rallying against masks. Like, ugh. I would have never expected this type of energy with COVID. I figured you could be sick as hell. Oh, Fish, yeah. Yeah, oh, I know. Cali is bad. Like, let me get started on that. Hold on. But yeah, no, Fish, I think because it's been so long into this actual quarantine, we've been seeing on the news and stuff like that, talking about how it's already mutated. There's different strains of it. And some of them are milder than others now that it's been so long. So I feel I'm very happy and very lucky that I got the mild version. I know exactly what happened. And I blame myself because I caught myself slacking one time. I told y'all, I was like, when it came to like, I was scared. Okay. Especially when it first came out, I'm still seeing clients. I'm, you know, have to find my own masks and things like that, my own coverings, make sure my clients are good. So like, I'm freaking out. Sorry if you hear my partner, he's over here playing the video game. But it was one of those moments where I was good. I would go just to the grocery store, get my youngest son, and come home, work, grocery store, get my son, come home. Like no, couldn't catch me out. I haven't seen my sister, or like my best friend, we call each other sisters. I haven't seen her in months. And usually I see like, it's like every other weekend, go over there to see them and stuff like that. So it's like, So what was it, beginning of July, around 4th of July time. It was actually the Monday after, because I ended up actually taking, like, I took a break from y'all. I took a break from work. Like, I took a whole vacation and was like, I'm off. So the first day of my vacation, which was July 13th. July 13th is when I know I got it, because we had to go back to around 4th of July time. I didn't go grocery shopping. I go grocery twice a month. I took this stuff serious, y'all. And It was like after 4th of July, I bought my stuff. I was cool. That next week, I was cool. I then went on vacation because I saw my clients. Everybody was good. We always had to check our clients, be like, what's going on. We got alerts. Even if you weren't my client, we still to this day, because everything is still happening, we get alerts saying, hey, this person tested positive. You need to talk to them, make sure they're good. So I'm seeing my clients. I'm cool. First day of vacation, I go to the grocery store. Go to the grocery store. And it was because we needed some breakfast stuff, and I had some coupons, like a girl's cheap. I had some coupons, and I just had like one of those little hand baskets, had my mask on, because by now, of course, we are mandated to wear masks in public. And I'm walking around, I'm getting the things that I need to get, and I get me 2 energy drinks, because I love energy drinks. Yes, caffeine isn't the greatest for my own mental health, but I don't care. I love it. I have my coffee sitting right next to me, right? So I get me 2 energy drinks, and I go check out. We're cool. I get to the car. I sit down. I'm thirsty. It is 113 degrees outside. So I'm like, let me just grab this energy drink, take mask off already. Open it up. Go. 1 sip. I said, oh, wait, okay. I was like, literally cursed myself. And I stopped. I put it down, got my hand sanitizer out. I grabbed my hand sanitizer, was like cleaning the can, then finished my energy drink. Boom, boom. We go good. Thursday, I go grocery shopping, pick up my youngest because I'm on vacation. They're still out of school. So he was going to be with me for about 4 or 5 days. So by this time, I'm still cool. Next Fridays, nose is stuffy. Nose started to get stuffy. Couldn't breathe good. I'm like, oh no, I got a sinus infection. Legit what I told my boyfriend. I have a sinus infection. He looked at me and he says, no, you got corona. I thought he was playing. I'm like, if you don't shut up. Oh, same. Coffee, it depends. Coffee, I'm pretty good. I fall asleep a lot on caffeine. I really do. I fall asleep a lot on caffeine. But it depends on the energy drinks I drink. I can drink I'm a rock star girl. I always get the 0 carbs. I don't play with that. And I always usually get the regular ones. If I drink the regular ones, my anxiety is pretty good. But they have now the newer ones where it was great for when I was actually working out and going to the gym. It's kind of like a pre-workout in an energy drink. And those, whoo-wee, mess. So yeah, yeah, I love coffee too, CK, do. Also heard, oh, I'm getting right there to you, fish. I'm about to get to you right there. So nose is stuffy. They swear to goodness I have a sinus infection. And then can't breathe. I'm like, all right, cool. I just let it be. I was like, if it keeps getting worse, it is what it is. Come Saturday, I'm still, struggling. My boyfriend looks at me. He's like, telling you it's corona. I'm like, if you don't shut up, quit playing. There's no way. I've been quarantining like I'm supposed to outside of work. I go do this. I'm cool. Next thing I know, mid-Saturday, sense of smell gone. Nose is stuffy. Oh, hi, Casey. Yes, I will leave it up for you. I will. Take care of you the best you can. Thank you. I'm trying. But yeah, mid-Saturday, no sense of smell. The reason, and I didn't figure it out until I decided I was going to spray some air freshener in my house. And I'm sitting here and I get I like manly smells. I'm like a woodsy outdoor, that type of scent. So, they're kind of strong, like boom, hit you in your face. And so I'm sitting here and I'm walking around my house and I'm just like, this one ain't doing nothing. So I go grab another one and I'm walking around my house and I'm like, I can't smell nothing. What is what's going on? So then I go and get a candle. Love my candles. Put my face directly in it. Can't smell nothing. So then I grab Vicks Vapor Rub. You already know that if you can't smell that, something going on. So I take my Vicks Vapor Rub and I go straight into the can. Can't smell nothing. So then I'm sitting there, and as a smoker, I'm still able to smell like cigarette smoke. It bothers the crap out of me. That's where I know I should quit, but I'm addicted, so I'm gonna keep smoking. But it annoys the crap out of me, and I couldn't smell a cigarette. And I was like, okay, yeah, all right. That the key sitting there like, Corona. I said, you know what? Still didn't believe it. And so Sunday, no fever. And I'm telling y'all, that was literally the only symptoms I had was a super, super duper stuffy nose, and I couldn't smell. Everything else, no fever. I was taking my temperature to see, because at first, like, you see the regular like symptoms are like, you need to look for a fever, you need to look for this, and this. And I'm like, I did the Apple thing, went straight on my phone. It was like, let me test. No, they're saying no. I'm sitting here like, because I don't have the fever, the cough, the trouble breathing. I don't have any of that stuff. I just have my nose stuffed the hell up and can't breathe nothing, can't smell nothing. And he's still telling me this, and I'm like, whatever. Okay, so at this time, my youngest son is still here. I told both of my boys, though, I was like, no, I'm not giving you no kisses. That's my boyfriend. He can smoke. I get annoyed after a while, because so I'll just look at him like, you just had one, like, what are you? Okay, but I can't judge because I'm gonna smoke with you. So it's like, whatever, you know. Yes, Fish, I am able to smell now, because that was literally only symptoms I had. I had a stuffy nose. I wasn't giving my boys any kisses. Like my youngest son, he likes to sit with me while he's watching TikTok. Don't even get me started on that. And I'm like, nope, no kisses. He just wanted a hug and stuff, because it's already hard. He's mean. So I was like, okay, cool. So when I went to drop him off, I didn't even go inside. I stayed in my car, because I told my ex-husband, I was like, I don't feel good. I have a sinus infection, but just to be safe, I'm not going in the house. And he was like, okay, cool. Still just couldn't couldn't smell. And so on Monday, that following week, it was the last day of my vacation. I took that Monday, because who wants to go back to work on Monday after being off for like a week? So I'm sitting here like, I need to do a doctor's appointment. So I went ahead, did the virtual like everybody's doing, and I was talking to the lady, and all the while, again, I'm sitting here just like, real state is a hot spot. We had how many cases one day? Almost 4,000 cases, sat here and reported it one day. And I'm not thinking of it. I'm not listening to him. He's like, Corona. I'm like, no, whatever. So I'm sitting here talking to the doctor, and I'm like, I think I have a sinus infection. And she's like, well, yeah, you could lose, your sense of smell with this, and with a sinus infection. But since you're in Arizona, you just need to go get tested. And I was like, fine, whatever, fine, right? Boyfriend's like, you're gonna pop up positive. So I had to let my job know what was going on, and I was going to get tested the next day, and I'm gonna be off. Took a sick day, right? Want my coffee. And then I was lucky enough, I got the test. It was from our university, Arizona State University. They were doing a lot of research. And so they came up with the saliva test, or I don't know if they came up with, well, that was the form they were using. So I'm like, okay, like at first I thought it was the nose one. So you weren't supposed to eat or drink nothing. And I was just like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. But I really thought it was going to be the nose one. I pull up, they're like, no, you need to spit into this little vial. And I was like, I had cotton mouth like a mofo. And if you understand what I'm saying when I say that, then, but I'm like, okay, didn't have a cigarette for almost an hour by that time, because I had to get in line. There was a lot of people getting tested. They had it out here by the stadium, the Cardinal Stadium. And I was sitting there, didn't have a cigarette. I was annoyed. So I'm sitting there like trying to get the spit. I had no spit. So I tried to get it, but it ended up not being usable. So I had to get back in line and redo my spit test. And they were like, you should know your results in 2 days. I was like, oh, okay. Because we're always hearing the complaints about how long it takes to get your results back. And so I was like, oh, 2 days, that's cool. So I sit here and I tell my job, of course, I'm like, yo, I just went to get tested. I should find my results. I'm still working from home. They're like, okay, cool. And then I literally could have found out, I did this test on a Tuesday. I literally could have found out on Wednesday, come to find out, but I found out Thursday, positive. Just pull my name up, positive. I'm like, okay. I wasn't expecting that. I was in denial because I didn't have any other symptoms. And nothing else other than not being able to breathe. And my nose was stuffy. Then the nose being stuffy went away within the first week. I just couldn't breathe. Not breathe. I couldn't smell. Yes, that's why I didn't want to do the nasal. So that's why I had a little cotton mouth. And I was like, nope, I ain't trying to do this. And they come and find out it's the spit one. So I was very happy it was the spit one because they literally had my results the next day. It was the next day. And I was like, thank you, ASU. Like, I appreciate you. But I was like, wait a minute. And then during this time, that Monday when I'm seeing my doctor and all of that, where I tell my ex-husband, like, hey, I have to go get tested. And he was like, okay. During that time, when my son got home, I forgot to tell y'all this. When he went home, I didn't go inside or anything like that. He ended up, my ex-husband called me and he was like, just to let you know, his name's Elias. He's like, Elias is not feeling too good. He says his nose is stuffy and he has a fever. So we're going to give him Tylenol. One thing I can say is me and my ex-husband, we work way better divorced than we ever did together. So it's like we have a really good co-parenting relationship. And I was like, okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know. Just let you know, this was after I had told him I needed to take the test. He was like, all right. So my son, he just complained of the stuffiness and he had the fever. It took him by Wednesday that week, because he called me on Monday letting me know. By Wednesday that week, no more fever. The fever broke and his nose wasn't stuffy. Because at that time, too, he had a little phone. My ex-husband gave him his old phone and we had, those throwaway text numbers. He had one of those and I called him. It was late. I knew he was up. Bad little boy. And I was like, how are you feeling, baby? And he was like, good. I said, is your nose still stuffy? And this was the same night when he was telling me like, oh, he has a fever and he said his nose is stuffy. And he was like, no, not anymore. He goes, I have a fever in my head. I don't know if you guys remember, both my boys are special needs. So they talk, the way my youngest talks is, it's cute. He's starting to talk so much better. He has a speech therapist and everything. But he was like, I only have a fever in my head. I don't have a fever in my body. None in my legs, nothing like that. And I was like, okay, just make sure you go to bed, do whatever you do. So then by the time I found out I was positive, they were like, yo, his whole household, because he lives with his aunts and his dad and stuff. And then, my ex-husband and his grandpa, who is immune compromised, and grandma are also immune compromised. They don't live in the same home, but grandpa comes over every day. He was from day, since he was 2 years old, he's been his daycare, because we can't afford daycare. I'm sorry. Woo, too expensive for kids. So he was always his daycare. So he comes over every day. It's just habit now. And he was like, yo, they were all freaking out. He does know himself. Yeah, he was getting better by the time he had his results. I'm sorry, guys. I keep not looking at the chat. So I'll get to that right quick. And then so with my youngest, I was like, okay, y'all definitely need to go get tested because they freaked out. They really did. And it was a whole me, my ex-in-laws, we don't mesh really well. I love his dad, but his mama, no, like, So it was a whole big old thing. We're arguing back and forth. And I'm like, that's why I didn't come in the house on Sunday. That's why I didn't give him any love, because I didn't want whatever I had for him to get sick. He's like my mini. When I was young, I used to get sick with everything. I think it's probably because I was probably premature. My mom, addiction, stuff like that. My youngest is like me. He gets sick all the time. So anytime I'm sick, I'm like, like we can't do all of that, because I know instantaneous he's going to get something. So I was like, that's why I was so careful with him. And I said, yes, go get him tested. I understand why y'all are freaking out. You need to freak out, especially with his grandparents. I was like, but at least he's not feeling bad, because by Friday, when they went to go get him tested, he was running around the house. I would ask him, because we were talking every day. I was like, are you good? How are you feeling? And he was always telling me, like, I'm good, Mom. Like, he was playing Xbox, yelling and stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, kind of ease some anxiety, just because I know with kids and mess. So I was just like every day calling, making sure. So then they got him tested that Friday, and it was a nasal one, because the kids can't do the spit. They said that he kicked. He was not happening. I felt so horrible for my baby. I was like, I'm so sorry, baby. And then they got his results actually the next day as well. I was like, wow, how are they processing this stuff so quick? Oh, but we still have a backlog of like 90,000. Okay. But I was happy. I was like, okay, cool. Instantaneous, come back the next day, positive. So I was like, dang, okay. I was like, do y'all want me to come get him? He can stay over here, quarantine, because my whole family already, we had to quarantine, because I'm here. My oldest son's here. Nothing. No symptoms with him. He's just walking around like, you better stay from me, mama. Like, I'm like, little boy, you're just probably a carrier, the way things are going. And he's like, nope, he wouldn't touch me. And I didn't blame him. I was like, maybe I don't blame you. And I'm still telling him to this day, like both of them, I said, y'all better hope this test, it takes me a minute to get negative, because as soon as I do, I'm giving all the love. I haven't given no kisses, no nothing. But he instantaneously was positive. So then the whole house had to get tested, just like us. My oldest was negative, which was great. Partner didn't go do it because he's one of those conspiracy theorists. I have to be quiet because I know he's probably listening. So yeah, but we got, made sure my oldest was cool. So he was straight. Turned around, they went and all got tested over there, and they all got their results within 2 days as well. All of them negative, every single one of them. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, I can't explain it. And the reason why, now let me explain to you guys why I think a lot of the research that they have been doing, they've been saying certain blood types are most likely able to get it and have symptoms. And what's crazy was me and my partner were talking about it. And I said, I think it really is because of my blood type. And he's like, oh, whatever, they're lying, blah, 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 blah. See, I can't do it. Yes, his tinfoil hat is too tight, CK. Oh, the stuff I've been dealing, it does not help your mental health when you have somebody telling you it's all bullcrap. And first it was 5G, and then it was like, I can't. Vaccines are going to sit here, and the New World Order, I love him, but okay. So, freaking, yes. So I'm sitting here like, they're all negative. My youngest has my blood type. Both of my boys have my blood type because I've happened to have luck with their dads being O's, their blood type O. So I knocked them the hell out, right? And I'm sitting here like, I really think that's true because both of us now, my oldest, lucky for him, but me and my youngest are both A type. All of them are O's. Every single one of them, because, same dad, same mama, they're all O's. And I'm like, there might be some truth to that. There actually might be some truth to that. But luckily, like by this week has been my second week Yeah, this past week was my second week. I had to quarantine still. I had to let my job know what clients I got had interactions with, so that way they can contact trace. I contacted my clients, had to let them know, like, hey, I really had a feel. I knew it was when I drank that energy drink. I knew that's when I got it. But I told my clients, like, hey, in this window, you possibly could have contracted it. So make sure you guys are tracking your symptoms. Go get tested if you want, because some of my clients don't want to do that either. But just to let you know, and all of them reported back to me like, no, we're fine. We haven't had any symptoms. I was like, well, you can be asymptomatic, but okay, as long as you guys are saying you feel good. Had to let them know any staff I might have talked to. No, working, like I said, I've been taking it, that one slip up, you guys, that one slip up, because I've been taking it serious. I don't go in my office. I stay my butt at home. I have my disinfectant here. I have my disinfectant in the car. I have my hand sanitizer that stays in my purse. I have my hand sanitizer that stays in my house. Like Pine Sol everywhere. Like I was taking it so serious, but that one slip up. Let me go in here. See, I can't understand a doctor. But then again, we see clips online where you have doctors saying some crap too. Like trash. Let's see. He keeps saying all the young shit because herd immunity. He's saying that all the young should get it and cause herd immunity. Like what? This is where you see people don't care. People don't care about people. People don't care about people. And it's so sad. It's so sad. You just don't care. And you're seeing it in I can't stand this country. Let me first hold on. And the drinks always made me feel nauseous. Now, I'm not gonna lie, CK. If I drink, sometimes if I drink caffeine on an empty stomach, it makes me like I can't do it sometimes, but then other times I'm cool. It's weird. I have my moments where it's like I'll have mornings where I'm just sitting here like, and they're so used to it. My family's so used to my little stuff, and they're just like, oh, okay, like yeah, it's that caffeine, not that caffeine. Hurt. Like it's just I'm annoyed because now we're starting to see, and this is something me and my coworker were just talking about this on Friday. I love her. She's like one of my best friends when it comes to like work friends, like one of the best ones I've ever had in my life, because we're both Capricorns, so we right here together, right? America to the rest of the world is what Florida. I see no lies. But what was I going to say? Oh my God. So I'm sitting here, me and my coworker were just talking about it, and we're like, what sucks is that we're starting to see the after effects of these little help laws, memorandums that are supposed to help people not to get evicted and things like that, which now, like my governor, luckily he extended it till October 31st, but he's changed some of the stipulations. So it's like that's still going to affect a lot of people. Trash. That is so trash to me. That is so trash to me, because it's like now I'm seeing the after effects of so many people trying to get assistance. They're like, hey, we have like a whole phone line that you have to call on Mondays only during like. You know how many millions of people just in my city alone, just in Phoenix alone, you have 3 phone numbers that you call. They now put that down to 1 because it was annoying trying to call multiple locations to get help. So they have 1 phone call that they're having millions of people call to try to get this COVID help for rent and electricity and all of that. And you only can call one day out of the week. How is that helping anybody? And so we're sitting here seeing clients always like, and that's why I made that one video, before I went on my little hiatus. That's why I made it, because I'm sitting here like, I'm seeing clients that you would never really see before. These people were, making good money. They might not have saved up. They want to sit here and look at people. That's why I said middle class it's a myth. It's a myth because most of these people, we saw it during this time where you thought they were good and they had all this money, hurt. Everyone's struggling. I was getting food boxes constantly. Luckily, it was all in car. Didn't talk to none of the people. They had the National Guard come out and help us. I didn't have to touch nothing or anything. People had to come outside and do it, get their stuff. But I was doing it constantly, almost every day of the week. I'm hitting 2-3 different food banks to pick up food boxes for my clients. And it's it would be people where you're like, I don't even know you. Okay, hi. Instant getting referrals every time. Hey, this person needs help trying to find employment. This person needs help trying to get resources for, housing and utilities. Hey, this person needs food. This person needs to sign up for food stamps. You know how many people I've helped sign up for food stamps for the first time because they didn't need it until this time. And then now this shows the government, all they care about is you. I can't. Capitalism is a freaking disease. It's a disease. I don't care what anybody says because this is what we're getting. We're seeing people only care about the money you can make them for this country rather than your actual health. You can't, I can go on forever. My public health director. Wow. Let me scroll up. Yes, say facts. You can't say nothing. America's trash. And it's so funny that I honestly love seeing other countries call us out. And then you see other Americans be like, well, you people are true. Yes, everybody has trash politicians, no matter what country you're in. And I always laugh because a lot of the creators I watch that are overseas, they're always like, Americans don't understand the world outside of America. And I was like, well, honestly, I'm one of those Americans because it took me a long time. Now I knew Africa was continent. I knew there were states and all of that. But then I sit here, I'm gonna nerd out real quick. I play The Sims and I go shopping for different clothes for them. It's a computer game. I freaking love it. I was 13 when the first one came out, played it, skipped a few years, now I'm back on it. And I'm sitting here, y'all can judge me all you want to, but I'm sitting here and I'm looking for clothes for my people because you can get special clothes you can download into the game. And they have little flags by the name of the creators who are making these. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the flags and I'm like, they have internet? Judge me. You can judge me. I understand you can judge me. And it was funny because I was telling my sister, I was like, I'm so, oh my God, I'm so American. I didn't know. And then my partner, he's like, okay, yeah, they have other countries have the fastest internet. My sister told me too. She's like, we have the slowest internet in the world. I was like, I didn't know. So America in my heart, I didn't know. You could judge me. Yes. He said, I thought that the herd immunity would be cool at first and decided to see what happened to Sweden. And once, yeah, definitely. Because I'm back in the day when they used to do that with the chicken pox and stuff like that, I could understand. I had chicken pox twice though. But I can understand why they did that. But it wasn't super deadly for kids. Now when you're an adult getting it and it turns into mess, you could die from it as an adult. But that's why we really don't see too many kids getting it now that they have the vaccine and stuff like that. But back then we didn't have that. I got it twice, but I was just itchy. I wasn't uncomfortable. So that makes sense. This don't make sense. It really don't. Let me go back. Where'd I go? You what? You haven't gotten your stimulus check? And see, that's trash. No, that was another point that showed America's trash. I'm sitting here watching other countries take care of their people, making sure when quarantine happened, they made sure they were helped each month. In some places, we sitting here fighting for a second one of $1,200. Are you kidding me? Why? And it's a battle for that. How is that a battle? I can't. I just. Yes. See, I just said that. I didn't even see your comment. I didn't see your comment. Watch. I literally didn't see that. I was just talking about the chickenpox parties. Look at us, like there. See, that's so crazy. And and I need that money now because I think my bus just put. What? What? Let me put it up here. I love your profile pic. I'm not gonna lie. It's just serving face. And I need that money now because I think about what? What? Wow. That's trash. Yeah, I'm happy I was able to help them. It was cool. It was scary, anxiety ridden, not gonna lie, because I don't know these people. I had my core clients that I saw every week. We still were working on goals, things like that. They were my core clients because of the people we hit were all the high risks. So overweight, diabetes, anything like pre-existing conditions. And I was reading earlier about your dad. You were saying it was hard because it took them like 2 weeks or 13 days. See, I didn't have clients. I haven't had any clients pop up positive, but I did. My coworker did. And it was one of her consistent clients. She saw every week, and she saw her 3 days in a row. And then she came up negative. Let me look. Let's see. Oh, nice. Your mama's side of the family's from Montreal. One of these days, I would love to go up there. I always tell y'all that. Dead ass, I want to go. She said, I think Montreal's overrated. See, Katie, I'm weak. No, literally, I literally sounded so stupid. I looked at their countries. It was like, for real? I feel so stupid. Well, that's why chickenpox, we're problematic. We are bringing it back to adults at home. Yep. And it gets super serious for them. Here too, due to medical maneuvers, someone with disability. What? Y'all should have been the first. That's one thing I will give. Them in America. They did target, disabled people. Now, have they got it yet? There's a lot of them that ain't got it yet. But they were targeting them to try to get it to them first, and how they changed, let them get to put their direct deposit stuff on there if they needed to. That's one thing I will give them, because that's trash. Like, that's when y'all need. Girl, face. Just serving face. Canada has a bit better statistics when it comes to the COVID. We control it better, but not perfectly. Yeah, I don't think anyone really did it super perfect. Maybe, no, isn't it, what was it, China or Japan? They cracked that down, but now they're surging again too. The thing I'm scared of is we got flu season coming up. Now, me personally, this is what was crazy. I never, ever get the flu. Never. So I think my first time ever getting it might have been February on my other vacation. I think a vacation, I get sick. What is going on? My body's like, no, girl, you're a workaholic. You need to keep it moving. Every time you try to chill, you get sick. But I think the first time I might have had it was in February, because it lasted almost a week. But before I never had the flu. And so now I'm like, now that I got this, and I think I got the flu for the first time in February, I swear to goodness that was me having COVID back then. I did. I swear to goodness that was what that was. Like, we didn't know about it at that time. I could have easily had it back then, right? But it might have just been the flu. But we're coming back to that season. Summer's going pretty quick. Luckily, my one son, he starts school Monday. Luckily, all online. My oldest, he doesn't start till the 17th. Luckily, all online. Because I think they saw the majority, and what that was trash too. They made each district like governor's trash. He kisses Trump's butt, but anyway, he kisses Trump's butt. But he sat there and turned it right back to the districts to figure out what was going on. So each district had to see what's going on. Some of them had in person, and then they're like, no, we ain't going to do that. So the majority of the districts out here have chosen to go online, which made me super happy because like I went right to the first day I could tell them what I wanted to do. I asked my son just to make sure, I'm not just going to sit here and be like, no. I said, he don't play with the corona anyway, so I already knew what he was going to say. I was like, okay, do you want to go to school like some days and then online? Because he's in special education. I do want him to have, that interaction with kids, because other than that, he won't interact with kids, period. He don't go outside. He's very secluded, and that's his happy place. And I was like, so do you want to go, some days and then you do the majority online, or you just want to do online? He said, just online. I said, ooh, I agree. So put that right up in there. So they're starting it that way too. But I was definitely like, nah. No, we ain't doing that. We're not doing that. I'm grateful to have such crazy parents help me out, despite the fact I felt too good to ask for it. And suddenly, oh, see, that's so awesome. That is so awesome. I'm happy. I love hearing where people have supportive parents. Can't relate. I laugh because it's true. Trauma. Okay, I would. Once that girl, you already know I would hit you up. You already know. Let me see. Yeah, no, we were the last to consider, and now the opposition votes again. I'm pretty furious. I don't blame you. I desperately need a new chair, for example. I'm stuck with. Oh. See, that's what sucks, because I know y'all's health care is different out there. Because I know with my clients who are on state assistance, they can contact their health insurance or get their doctor to write them a prescription and then turn it in to get a new chair. And then the ones who have like Social Security, disability, and our state health care, they can contact their contact their health insurance and get a new one. But I'm so sorry, because I know when there's times where I did have sorry, there are times where I had clients where they couldn't get one. I was just like, oh, I know that shit hurts. Especially because you're sitting and you need to be comfortable. Taiwan did it well. Girl, when you owe the government, let me just show you, because facts. When you owe the government money, they have no problem getting to you quickly. For the second they owe, what? Tell me why. I did it. Y'all, I'm going to let you know. I was in debt for a while. Okay, I was dumb, young, didn't understand credit, because that's not something they teach a lot they don't teach at school, and definitely didn't learn it from my parents. And that's a big thing that's different. I'm gonna be honest, in the Black community, a lot of parents don't teach their kids financial stuff. And so I went out there and acted a fool, right? So I ended up getting a bankruptcy. I'm not ashamed to say it was the best decision of my life. Just start my life all the way over, because by the time I had from 20 to 30, I had parents who had signed me up for freaking cable, apartments in states I didn't live in. I messed up my own stuff, my own shit too. So I was like, nah, I got to get this right. Turn around, because I had some school loans that they had given me credits for. They said, oh, the IRS said, you did that? Well, guess what? You owe us $1,700. I said, girl, my next refund, they said, whoosh, instantaneous, didn't get no chance to do pay play. I said, you know what, go ahead. And it's one of those feelings where you just have to let them do it, because they're going to get it no matter what it is. Only plus side is like my partner, he got lucky because of student loans. He got that money back. So he was like, yes, because he never gets a refund because of what his family did to him and stuff. So that comment, facts. I can't. It's just hilarious. Oh, wait. We're reopening just before Labor Day. However, the teachers have been asked to prepare to give online in the event of the second wave, which is, yeah, it is. And so luckily, I'm happy with my sons. Both of my sons will, I think my youngest son, they're doing all online, period. But my oldest sons, because he's in middle school, they said they're doing solely online until October. They were like, no, we're doing it till October. So I know there's a lot of people, because I guess there was a lot of people that said they wanted their kids to do hybrid, or maybe some in person. They were like, no, we're not doing no in person until maybe October. And that's going to be hybrid only. half a day for some, half a day for another. Everybody does half day, go home. They only do it for a few hours. And I was like, ooh, we're going to have to see about that because we already having issues this first wave. Like, I said, no, he just do an online period. I don't care. Like, I don't care. World is really changing. Online school is the new thing. And yeah, I had a lot of clients who I loved it for like the high school students, especially the ones who were having their family issue. Like I always see the high school students who do it. A lot of times they have some responsibility within their family. Like a lot of my clients who they're older, they're teens and stuff like that were doing online. They were disabled. They needed them a little bit more around the house to help out. And so I loved it. Like, and now I'm like, I ain't mad at it because I do school online, girl. When I was going to school, you couldn't catch me in a classroom. I'm not, my face shows all of my expressions. If you say something that's annoying, you repeat things too many times, you're going to know it. And I can't do it. So I do online. The NBA can't contain it with millions of dollars for a budget, right? Billions. They make money. So I don't know how, thank you. Don't know how the school system get it, right? Neither can my mother bear. No shame in that. I too. It does. And then honestly, it was like out here, not gonna lie, CK, they make you feel a little salty if you do. There's a lot of people that judge you. They're like, that's okay. You go ahead and figure out how you gonna pay your $1,000 a day. I need this help. Like, no, I'm not, because they were hitting me. They were hitting me. And it was one of those feelings where even though I had started moving up and making good money, considerable out here, to me, it's not enough. We are not appreciated in the mental health community, but you do it because of the money, or not because of the money, because you love to do it. You expect not to make that great of money, honestly. But it was where I wasn't getting nothing. They would just bah. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this no more. I helped my coworker get it done too, girl. Like, go ahead. Here, there are parents who will be keeping their kids home. There are parents too scared. Yep. I think online can be better for many, particularly with learning disabilities. Yes, especially because it gives, I like having that technology that they're able to still use. I liked it. And then luckily they're giving them all little laptops, little Chromebooks. So that way they making sure everybody has it. They're helping them try to figure out internet issues if they don't have internet. And then they're even like for his district, they're opening up a whole school to where for parents who have to go to work, you can go ahead and drop your kids off and it's free. So it's like, that's awesome. Like I appreciate them doing that because they're like, no, out here they saw the spikes too much and it's still consistently new cases. Like we're not. And we have a governor who don't want to do nothing. So I know there are judgmental people. It must be exhausting for them to be so. Facts. But yeah, tell me, y'all, how are y'all doing? How are you guys feeling? How y'all been doing going on? I know it's been most likely been a hot mess. I know it's been a hot mess for you, CK. I already know you were sharing right here. And I know with Jael, it's been a hot mess too. Like, how y'all been coping? What's been going on? I'm one of them. You already know the way I cope. Dip. I get off social media. And I'm starting to learn not to feel super, super, super bad about it. Because I was never really one of those in the first place to like document my whole life. I tried to get into that. I think when I was younger, definitely. Like MySpace was like, yes, MySpace. MySpace was like, yeah, but I was young. By the time I was really getting into MySpace, I'm 16, 17, 18, 19. Like, so that was cool. But then, Facebook, yeah, first I was like, oh, let me talk about everything. But as I got older, it was like, ain't none of y'all business. Like, ain't none of y'all's business. What's going on? So I try to find that balance of, being more active on social media, but also not overwhelming myself. Because I have a tendency to just, when I go in, I go in. It's like always one extreme to another. Like one extreme to another. I've been wanting to take creative writing at my old point. Aww. Yes, creative writing. Like I give y'all props. I hate writing stuff. I'm not going. I did good because I could bull crap. I could literally bullcrap my way through writing a thing. But I'm a reader. Never liked the writing part of English classes. Couldn't stand it. Like, yes, I could slap it, but I don't know. I don't care about grammar. I don't care. So, and then to be creative and come up with your own stuff. No. The most creative I am is when I play my little Sims game and I can come up with some messy little storylines there. But me writing down something like, I know, like my sister, she's putting it, manifesting it, that she wants to write a book. She's like, I want to write a book. I said, girl, go ahead. Like, I give you that. Me now. I'll read it. I will read your book, but I'm not going to write it. No, I'm not. I can't write a book. So that's so awesome. That is so awesome. Look at it. Just moving forward, doing things. Like, I give props to everyone that's just honestly doing what they need to do, self-care, take care of themselves, making sure they're all right for anything, making sure your family's all right, because it's like, it's literally, you got to do it. What up, Marina? Yeah, I'm just staring at you. What up? Hi. I'm glad you came. I'll be getting off in a little bit, like 30 minutes. I'll probably stay on a little longer because I just been over here chatting about having corona, how I got corona, the mess of this whole corona stuff. Like, I am leaving it up because you can catch it later on, but I'll probably be on for another like 30 minutes because we just been talking, updating each other. How have you been? Share. I'm after daydreamer, so I need to write. See? And it's crazy. Like, I love people that can do that because I try to get into and I always tell people a great coping skill is journaling. Like, I will always advocate journaling for people, but I also understand that it doesn't work for everyone. And so I'm a stationery whore. I'm just going to be honest. I love journals, pens, notebooks, calendars, schedulers. Like, it don't matter. If I went into Office Depot and I was in Office Depot for like 30 minutes to an hour, just walking around, just daydreaming about things I would get. But I'll start trying to write or start trying to journal. And no, I stopped within like a month. I'm like, I can't do it. I don't have the attention span for it at all. I really don't. It's my ADHD is bad sometimes. It really is. It's gotten a lot better. I've been able to kind of sit down and chill and keep focused on like one or two things, but I still catch myself like my boyfriend gets mad. He's like, just sit down, because I'm boop, boop, doing this, doing that, moving here, moving there. So like journaling, it sat me down for maybe a month. So props. I'm so happy to see you here, Marina. She said somehow that I can track how often I'm gonna stop. Unstable, stop. But yes, it's really like I tell all my clients, like especially the ones who have a lot to say and don't have people to really listen. Like, yeah, they'll have their therapist, but they'll be like the family life, things like that. They're like, y'all, get your butt in a journal and write all your feelings there. And then, like you said, track your you're telling me that. What are we telling them? I'm sorry, I'm a mess. What did I say? See, look, gone, squirrel. But I be telling them, like, you don't have family that want to listen to you. They might not understand. Go ahead and put that in there. And then I used to always make sure when I did journal, I had a tracker of my emotions, and I would go fancy, do all the little colors. And like, if I was depressed, it would be blue and all of that type of stuff. And it's very informative. And like now, a lot of people move towards digital, which is cool. Even that, though, I haven't messed with. I do. They'll send me the notifications. I'm just like, nah. Which is why I'm also slacking on my little way of eating. Quarantine ain't been helping nobody. And then starting new meds. Like, not gonna lie, though, having the Wellbutrin has helped a lot. It's helped a lot. Like, a lot. It's like I said in the last video, like, it's been, 3 months? It's been helpful, because it was deep. Like, it was it was a deep depression, because y'all remember, like, my last live was what, March it said, or February or something like that, and I was talking about, we sat here and we saw the whole thing with Kobe go down, and then stuff just kept happening and happening and happening and happening. And I know when I'm in a depression, when I can't even sit here and get myself up to do work. Like, the only thing I always tell my therapist, everybody, is like, or even, and my psychiatrist, I tell them, like, for me, only thing that gets me out of bed when I'm depressed is work, because I need to make my money. And even then, it's like minimal. Me and my coworker were talking about it all the time. She's like, because she's now taking care of her mental health and stuff. Because even though we be in the field, we be the last ones to do it. We be in denial still. We like, it's like, sometimes I think people think like when you work in mental health, it's like one of those instantaneous, or like you really truly get it for yourself. Like, there are moments, but then like you'll have the insight where it's like, oh, aha, that's why I behave like this. But when it came to like therapy and meds, slow. A lot of us are really slow at getting it done. And we always talk about, like, when we're in it, flip it, we can't get up. Like, it's minimal. And we literally, and this is what I always tell my clients, is when I have that little urge, that little bit of an urge, just a tiny bit, to get up and do something, I'm cool. I'll go ahead and try to go deep into it and stuff like that. But if not, it's just like, I'm chilling. Let me just watch Netflix. I'm cool. So by the time like I got in with my psychiatrist, I said, yo, what was crazy was how he educated me on how bipolar disorder can switch over time. Because he was like, have you noticed that you're having more depressive episodes than you are with like your hypomania? And I was like, yeah, actually, now that you think about it, this has been a very long depression, because usually I can get it. It'll be like a month, 2 months for me, where I'm like, ugh, but then I can get into that little plateau, feel good, and then whoosh, I'm up, right? And he was like, it's been a while. I was like, yeah, because by that time we were going on 3, 4, and he was just like, here, you need to add this. I was like, for real? And he was like, yes, because as you get older, for a lot of people who have bipolar disorder, especially women, he said you start to lean more towards the depressive. And I was like, why didn't my other psychiatrist tell me this? Because I have a whole new psychiatrist now because of insurance changes and stuff like that. And I was like, he never explained. Okay. He was like, no, it's okay. Like, here you go. So ever since he's added that, it's been great. Like, I have a lot more. I'm actually back on a pretty decent schedule of going to bed and getting up, except for there's some days where it's still a struggle. But I start actually getting up a lot earlier than I used to, because there were days where I didn't get up to 12, 1, and I'm just like, oh crap. Or it was like I would wait to the last minute to see a client. If I had an appointment, because we can make our appointments, if whatever time that appointment was, it was that last time, that last moment, then I would go do it. And I was like, this is getting ridiculous. So now it's like, I'm back on a pretty decent schedule. If I feel good, it's been good. Like, and then I try not to make sure I do not sit here and miss a day, because I'm not trying to go back that way or at least that deep again for a minute. I'm so appreciative of y'all, though, for stopping by and saying hi. Anything y'all want me to talk about? Because I was like, there's been a lot going on. There's been a lot going on online. There really has been. It's been crazy. Anything you want me to talk about in particular? Oh, also, let me tell you, Jael, you are one of my patrons. So I just figured out all y'all's exclusives videos. I didn't have them listed correctly. And so y'all probably weren't able to see them. And so I actually, right before this live, went in and fixed that, because I was like, y'all ain't watching these. And then I realized, oh, really? Oh, the chat is taking a minute, guys. I'm sorry. But I realized that I didn't have it on for y'all to be able to see. I would have to like invite you and stuff. I did not know that. So this is how you know, newbie. Like I was sitting here and I'm like, I kept looking at these. I'm like, they didn't see none of these. And then I kept looking, it was like private, private, private. And the only reason I understood is because yesterday when I uploaded your new exclusive, I had to Google the difference between unlisted and private. I swear, the older I get, it's like I just don't understand technology anymore. Like, what is this? Like, I don't get it. And so I was like, oh no, I would have to invite. So yes, you can go check it out. I'm actually going to make a post on the actual Patreon probably after this. So that way everybody knows. Because like, no matter how long you're on meds or no, let's put this up here. Or know that meds can work. It's always jarring when you get stuff adjusted and it starts to work. You're like, oh shit, I feel facts. It was like just that, adding that in, it was like, and I've always been a really good responder to medications. That's one thing I do. I am very happy about where I can get it. You could tell I needed it because I'll feel a little bit of a difference within like 2-3 weeks. And then, you know, they say it takes a couple of months for it to really become in full effect. But I can feel it and I'm just like, wow, I feel good. Okay, you know, happy the new man is helping. Let me, you know what's crazy that you said that. Hold on, guys. Let me hit my vape pen real quick. The fact that you said that. I was just going to look and see what trash he's been up to. Because I was like, don't think I forgot about you. Do not think I forgot about you. I didn't forget. I did not forget about you at all. I just didn't have the time to sit here. I do not, I can't. So I figured like this week I'm probably going to drop a video. Probably talk about his recent shenanigans, maybe a couple of videos. Because I know me being gone, I had a feeling he's probably acting a whole mess. YouTube. Yeah, it seems like that. I don't understand what's going on with them. I really don't. I don't understand at all. I remember when I'm editing videos because I keep forgetting how to do each style of edit. I'm dependent on notes for pretty much everything these days. Yeah. Your editing is so good though. I was like, she got her an editor. Oh, because I remember you were thinking that it was your editing software, and come to find out it was just your camera. Ooh, wait. You know how long it would have took me to realize that too? Let me tell you, I sat here and I now use like a mouse for my laptop because playing video games on your computer, I can't do a trackpad. I needed a mouse. And so, and that's how I've honestly been coping with everything. Escapism. It was straight escapism. I sat here and my sister, she's been playing The Sims. Like I didn't play after Sims 2 and I can barely remember Sims 2. So there's 3 and now there's 4. And my sister, she's been playing it. And I used to always be like, but girl, that was when I was little, you know? And once this all hit, they had a sale. The game was for $5. I got the little base game. I was like, let me got back into it and addicted. And it was just my way of escaping from everything. Once the day was done, straight into my computer, done deal. But back to the reason why I said that was because when you're playing a game, you don't want to do that. And I ended up getting a little wireless mouse. I was like, okay, cool. Everywhere you went, like I'm telling you guys, I wasn't going anywhere unless it was something I needed. So I got the mouse when I went grocery shopping at Walmart. Like y'all, even with the nails, y'all, look at these are press-ons. press-ons. I was not, and this is what made me mad too, because I was sitting here like, you can do everything right and still get it. I'm sorry I keep talking about it, guys, but it's just crazy. You can do everything right and still contract it. Because I was like, I wasn't getting my nails did. As soon as our state opened up, there was no me going to the gym. Like, as tempted as I wanted to, no, there wasn't. That didn't happen. There was no going to get my nails done. Like, even my ex-husband's sister, she was like, oh, did you get your? I was like, no, girl, press-ons. I bought 3 sets of press-ons off of Instagram. I was so lucky that one of the girls lived down the street from me. I got them. I said, I'm not going to nobody's place. I'm not doing none of that. Me and my sister, we were like this. We were just like, no, we're not. No, we're not. And it was easy anyway, because we keep our butt at home anyway. And so I'm sitting here like, let me go ahead and get this mouse while I'm up in here. It was the last one. It was itty bitty. I got big hands. It was a little itty bitty thing. So I put it, tell me why I thought they gypped me. I don't know if you've ever used a USB mouse, but underneath in the battery, it's where they keep the little USB receiver. I sat there and was heated. I was like, where is it? Because you see it on the thing. It tells you what you need to do, what it comes with. And I'm like, it's not there. Oh my God, how did they gyp me? They gypped me. I thought it fell in the flow. I was so mad. I'm texting my sister like, they gypped me. And she was like, for real? Is it not in where the battery is? I looked. And I had started an online return and everything. I was like, no, you're not. You're not going to play me out of my, this is the last mouse. I thought somebody played me. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm going to take this right back and give you my money. I'm not doing it. And no, it was in the bottom of the mouse. And I was like, so yeah, I get it. Let's see. Well, Nick Cotto and Orlando trolling. Yes. Yes. I saw that. I just need them. You know what's crazy is, like, honestly, after everything that happened earlier this year with him, or was it Christmas, January, after all that happened, I literally, when I said I unsubscribed. And the only way I'm seeing any of the drama is from other creators, right? People reacting, talking about the hot mess. And I'm just like, you really are what everybody said you are. And you're doing it right now. Like, you are... It is not okay to sit here and, oh my goodness, it's such a mess. It's such a mess. Like, I couldn't do it. And a lot of times I can't do it because it is triggering. Because like I've shared before, I am a survivor of domestic violence. So I can't do it. And they're like hitting each other. I just know, luckily, like the people that I do watch that talk about it, they'll like cut out certain parts and stuff, but I can't do it. And I'm like, and he's just taking advantage of it. Like, he knows people want to see car crash. They like watching trash. They like watching the mess. And I can't. Yeah, the poop thing, like, you're gross, bro. Like, that's what you want. That's how you want to be portrayed online. And like when he says, like, and I can understand, he really needs to go get help. Like I said, I don't know if I didn't watch any. I don't know if he's going to get help or not, but he needs to do something. Because a lot of that, I see it as, you already know I don't diagnose anybody or anything like that, but I feel like that's all mental health related as well. Like, no. Yeah, so there will be like maybe 2, depending on the trash that's been going on. I was like, I didn't forget about you, bro. I didn't forget about you. There's other stuff I wanted to talk about, but I didn't forget about you. Yeah, I can't do trap. And then I'm CK, like, same, like, mess. So true. People I know who did everything right were super careful. Yep. Just made me know. Deaf Noodles. I need to check them out. Everybody, I've been seeing a lot of people talk about them. A lot of people. I was on this channel, Cared You Watching, because I went to binge. Yeah. So let me just tell y'all another realization that I came to. Now, I hate self-diagnosing, and you guys don't judge me, but it is something that I do want to look further into getting services for. But I am very kind of certain in my own opinion about myself that I suffer from an eating disorder. And what made me realize it was, now I've watched the eaters, like the mukbangers. I used to watch Amber Lynn, Chantal Foodie Booty. I watch a couple of, I still watch a lot of people who do seafood boils. And I do it sometimes, like I'm kind of the opposite to where it kind of helps me calm down because I feel like I'm eating through them. That's like, yes. But I was looking it up, and because I've been helping clients, I've been getting a lot of clients that are struggling, and they're kids, they're young, and they've been struggling with eating disorders. And I was sitting here and I looked it up, a couple of them, because I was like, something feels like I fit this because I do it all the time. And it was one of the reasons why I had like a breakdown in my deep, like, oh, it was a horrible, horrible breakdown when I was first in my weight loss journey. Made me super, super depressed. I was manic as hell, super depressed, because it was just like I put too much stuff on myself because I was restrictive, and then I would binge like a motherfucker. And I started noticing that's my pattern over and over again. Over and over again. I binge. Then I'm going to get back to it and restrictive. And I looked it up and I was like, oh, okay. Okay, so this is something else I need to put on my list to take care of. And it was eye-opening because I always felt like maybe it was a possibility. And of course I will, talk to a therapist to see if that is an actual, I want to find one that specializes in that so I can make sure if that's really what is going on, and it's not just with my, I don't want it to, just to make sure, get an actual diagnosis because I'm not self-diagnosing over here. But I feel like that is another one that I could add to the list because that's me. I'm like same. Like it's crazy. But yeah, I'm a little bit the opposite where I watch them. Yeah. A lot of good food. Yeah, I'm kind of the opposite. I use it as kind of a coping skill a little bit when I'm trying to be good. It does help. It sometimes works, but a lot of it'll be, I make sure I watch like seafood stuff because then I'm like slapped with reality that I am in a landlocked state, a desert at that, and it's expensive as hell to get seafood. And actually, since the pandemic, there hasn't been like you go to the store. If you go to the store, you have to hit it right away because people are taking it so quick, except for salmon. I've been slapping on that this entire time, but anything else, nope, ain't there. So it's kind of been helpful. But yeah, I definitely think that's what's up. Yeah, I am. I think, honestly, I think some of it is, but I think a lot of times, when you come with the faking, that real comes out. And there's moments where I really see like Orlin in them. It seems like they mean some of the stuff they really be saying to each other. And I don't like, even though I know like maybe like the hitting and stuff could be fake, it's really, I don't like it. Because it's just like, you don't play, like if it's fake, you don't play with that. Like you don't play with that at all. And if it's real, y'all need to go again. Why are you recording that? You don't play with that like at all. So it's just like the whole situation is just trash. And you know that they are making money. They are making money off of it. So much money. Ugh. Like, ugh. What, really? I'm really sorry to hear. Yeah. It's one of those, I was like, this kind of makes sense why like even just me trying to get back on track to, I still do, I ate keto. So that meant no carbs like that, not a lot of carbs. So, and it works for me. I love it. And I still eat that way is like lazy, but eating that way and lazy, which was still helping me. It keeps me maintaining, but it doesn't stop the binges. It doesn't stop it. And then it gets me right back into like starting to be restrictive again. So it was an eye opener. It was eye opener because it's like, and I started to understand why it could, like I told y'all before, my parents had me on diet pills as a teenager. I constantly was told, and this is what's crazy is like the realization of things that pop up, and that's where it's like, yo, whew, like constantly being told you're overweight, you need to lose weight. And like I look back at it and it's like, yeah, I was chunky, but as I got older, that actually was, I was cute. And just constantly hearing that and made to like, oh, I would go exercise, like I would jog. And we all know jogging ain't the best thing, but I would jog around my suburban friggin' community and come home, be chilling. My dad would come home, go do it again. Huh? So it was an eye opener because it made me really sit down. And this is why I always like advocate for therapy. I tell everybody and their mama, if you can go to therapy, you better take your butt to therapy, because it's eye opening to a lot of different things. And that was something I never even thought about. And it was so ingrained in me to always be self-conscious and worry and things like that, to where for a long time I went opposite of that, because part of it was domestic violence played part of me getting really, really big, because I figured if I was bigger, you can't mess with me. That was I had so much stuff going on. But while I'm bigger, I'm still talking shit to myself because I was raised that way. And I'm like, oh, that's why I advocate therapy, because once you get those skills, it can really help you just sit here and realize some stuff. And like, I love my partner because we sit here and we laugh, and like, I'll say some shit and he'll laugh with me. And then I'm like, oh, I'm glad we can laugh at our trauma. Like, it'd be a mess. I agree with that, Kay. Nick has impressionable youngsters who might wonder if this is how, Yep. Yes. And that's what's crazy is like, these people know who your videos go to, who like your videos. So why are you doing like, and get rewarded handsomely for it? The views, the ads that you get on it, like he is always pulling in hundreds of thousands of views. Like mess. Yes. Straight, like, let me put this up. Yes, I did. Yeah, I thought I did. It's tough when your own yes, and that's why. And I was reading a piece from someone I follow on Twitter, and actually one of his friends or their friends' channel, they identify as they, them. My bad. I have my moments where I mess up. But they had wrote an article talking about being a fat Black boy. And that was when they were forced to be called a boy. And they were sharing the feelings of growing up and their family always saying things to them, and how it just affected them mentally. And I started bawling. Just from his article. I started bawling. And I tweeted them, and I was just like, wow, this is why I'm super, 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 super conscious of the things I say to my kids. They'll have their own self-deprecating moments where, like my youngest, he'll be like, I'm like, you're so handsome, and look at your handsome face. No, I'm not. And I'm like, we ain't doing that over here. Like, you are going to love yourself. Like my oldest son, he has his moments where he's self-conscious because he is overweight. He's chunky. I call him my little chunky. He has big old cheeks. And never will I make him feel bad for it, ever. Because like, I remember how that felt, and I am not going to be my parents. Like, no, I'm not. So yeah, it's trash. And I remember you telling me, CK, all the trash shit you went through too. I remember. It's just freaking ridiculous. Let's see. And it's crazy. Because it's like, one thing I will notice is I had learned that a lot of people, like with my disorder, you don't have the greatest memory skills. And then on top of that, you don't have the greatest memory skills with like ADHD. And I know most of my life I had some stuff going on. I had to see a psychiatrist at school. I don't remember why and stuff like that. Hold on. So I'll read that in a second. And I don't remember why and stuff like that. Like I was telling my partner, like he can remember things from when he was kind of young. I told him my first memories aren't until about first grade. Like I don't know what's blacked out during that time. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. But it was so ingrained all my life. I always heard those comments. And my mom's a big woman. Um, she's actually working on that as well. That's where I get a lot of. I know both of my parents had mental health stuff, and my family had mental health stuff, just like addiction. So I know a lot of it. I really lean into the genetic stuff as well. All of that stuff around social, your people, like, you already know the three things. Um, and I always heard that. My mom was big, when I was starting to get chunkier, it was right around puberty when it was starting to really happen. Because like my youngest, he has my little body when I was his age. He's 7 now. And I was like, around that time, I started hearing things and like complaints about buying me shoes because my feet were chunky. I'm flat footed as well. So always heard complaints about where I had to get my clothes, things like that. But my grandparents didn't help. They would buy me the bigger portions, things like that. And I wasn't allowed to go outside. This is why with my oldest, I'm like, go outside, try to get some, go do your thing. You don't want to, I don't force you though. And so I wasn't allowed to because we didn't live in the safest place. So it started with that. And then when I went to my mom's, that was the place I felt most accepted because my mom was a big woman. And then I went to foster care. My foster mom accepted me. Great. Moving with my dad, that's when all of a sudden weight conversations are becoming more and more often. Worried about what I'm eating, trying to make me eat salads when everybody else eating this. And like I said, then in high school it was go run and you do, and I'm like, you just start internalizing that, thinking, okay, for a long time I didn't wear sleeveless shirts because I was like, I'm gross, my arms, blah, blah, blah. Like it's so trash. And so I know that plays. I know it did. Hearts, because I'm happy you understand, and I definitely can understand. Definitely. Oh, Marina, yes, see, it's crazy. Like it took me so long to get it. I didn't understand. I really didn't get it. And then I always had I started having this like little nagging feeling where I'm just like, there's a reason why you keep doing this. What is going on? And then I always felt it was because I was being too hard on myself. And then it's not when I'm being hard on myself, I'm still doing it. So I'm like, okay. And then I was seeing all these people talking about it, watching videos of people talking about the cycle with Chantel and all of that foodie beauty. I was like, clients coming up, like kids talking about how they are having these problems. I'm like, it was just kept hitting me. Everything in the universe has been lining up. I'm not going to lie. Like as crappy of the time it's been. Oh, it's been so shitty. As shitty of a time it's been, a lot of stuff has been lining up for me though. Like, to have that realization that was like, oh, I have my clients, all of a sudden it's getting thrown at me like, hey, and I'm just like, oh, like it slapped me in the face. And freaking other stuff has been happening like that, like a lot. Like I was talking about getting my car fixed, and next thing I know, we're going to pick up my boyfriend's car, and they're like, "Hey, we could." I was like, "Oh, and it's gonna be cheap because it was gonna be a lot more expensive over through insurance." So I was like, "All right," like it's just everything's been kind of lining up. So it's one of those things where it's like I hate it, but what? Are you kidding me? What? See, and I will that I'm gonna get angry at that video. Hold on. Let me look. Let me look real quick. Where's my? Yeah, I'm connected. Come on. Hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. Hold on. What? Let me mute. I'm on the wrong page. Let me look. Sorry, y'all see my face all up in here. Let me look. Let's see. He's hanging around. What? Oh, why atheists won't sell their souls? Would you sell your soul? Why you don't? Supernatural psychology. So this is what we're doing now. I can't see your chats. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I'm gonna go look. I can't. Is this what we're doing now, guys? Like, moral politics, conspiracies. Okay, there's one that has semi-decent views, or semi-decent, at least likes, dislikes. I'm trying to figure out who I'm trying to figure out who he's trying to kind of emulate with his stuff. Let's look at his other channel. What's going on with this one? I'll be back in a second, guys. I'm not paid. I'm paid. Okay, so he hasn't uploaded too often on that. Let's see. Okay. Oh, way. Okay, sorry. Oh. I can't. Yeah, nigga's a millionaire on paper. Someone he money. He knows what he's doing, and when he does all those, and I don't understand how he's doing. Oh yeah, no, he does all those channels because he says the bigger ones will stop getting pushed. Well, because of your shenanigans. So he makes all of them. So those are different income streams. Like this, it's trash. Trash. I'm sorry, Marina. It seems like a lot of us growing up, this is where I know our generation is going to be changed, because there's been a lot of trash stuff that a lot of our generations have having to deal with. Now that everything's becoming more open and people are starting to understand, I love it, because we ain't gonna keep moving this. Yeah, I think isn't he an atheist? I think he said he is. I am too, also. I do not believe in that stuff. I am more of a vibes, positivity type of channel. So I apologize if it offends you. I'm also not one that will sit here and judge you or hate on you for believing in religion, having your religion, none of that. It's my belief. I let y'all have your belief. But yeah, no. Yeah, no. I will. Yeah. I was planning it. That's what's so funny. I was planning it. So is this a video bash people? That's what I'm gonna say. Like, that's what I really want to see, because I don't like that. That bothers me. That bothers me to my core. Like, you can sit here and have your beliefs without trying to talk shit about anybody else who has different beliefs than you. That's where it's, again, people are trash. I really hate it here. People say that. I hate it here. I'm sitting here and I'm like, where are the aliens, y'all? Like, if y'all don't come, because it's funny, because like my partner will show me stuff where I'm like, he's like, you might not believe it, but look it, and I'm like, hey, I'm actually one of them, like, come on, because I'm tired. It's ridiculous. She said I ran out of your mess. I don't know, girl. I don't know why this has me weak. And then this has me weak too. Mess. It's just mess. And most likely he does that often. I know he think that's why I had to, like, what? Nah. Yes. Oh. True. Got to just look at the comments, see what they're saying. Gotta look at the comments, and he'll go right to it. And of course, just like the ones that make, let me look. Hold on, guys. Let me look. Let me be a mess. Because I can't. I don't understand. And it's hard because it's like I don't ever want to make people feel bad for even just trying to learn, but it's just hard when he is so trash. I'm not looking at that one yet. Let me see. He did Shane Dawson through the lens of moral politics. Let me just look at some of these comments right quick. Don't you dare play. I don't care. There we go. Like, don't do it. Mm-mm. I know he just likes liking things. But there's a lot of them that he hasn't liked. I'm not going to read too deep into it. I don't want to look into it just yet. This way of thinking. I like your way of thinking. See, I don't know if it's going to be, because there's some people, the ones he's not liking, are kind of saying, nah, nah, nah. And then some of them he is. So see, I'm gonna have to look because it's a Shane Dawson one. He just uploaded the other one, so we gotta give it some time. See what the heck they're saying. But oh no, at this point, you know, oh my god, you stupid. Oh my god, I'm hungry. You know why it's funny? Because I made sure I shared that. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I shared that with my sister because I was like, this is a mess. And she was like, oh. I'm on here longer than I said I will, but I don't care. That was hilarious. Oh my god, I missed y'all. I missed y'all. Now there's a female, our young dumb honey bun. Hold on. See, I'm tired of switching. I'm tired of switching screens. So let me go look her up real quick. This is young dumb honey bun. Let me see. I feel like I heard about her. The name sounds kind of familiar. Oh, she's a psychology major. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, no, I ain't doing that right now. Okay, I'm gonna have to check her out. I'm gonna have to check her out. Look like she a mess too. Yeah, he made one, it seems like yesterday he uploaded it, or one day ago at least, whatever that. You never know how YouTube calls it day. But at least one day ago he did. And it was what is it, a moral politics or some shit like that? I'm sorry, I had to leave again. I'm looking. Shane Dawson through the lens of moral politics. Bruh, don't, mm-mm. Shane Dawson needs, yes, facts, he does. Jael, you had me hollering. That comment was hilarious. I'm gonna smoke the rest of my cigarette real quick. He does. And this is the thing. I didn't know about Shane Dawson until he started popping up. When was it? The first Jeffree Star documentary. not the recent ad, not that ad documentary. That is when I first found out about him. So I, of course, did my own little research and saw people reacting to it as well. And they were like, bruh, Shane Dawson had his issues. And I was like, wait, who is this? So then I went back and I was paying attention a little bit on Twitter and looking at different threads and things that they were talking about with him. And I was like, oh no. Makes sense though, because racist sees what racist does, and racists will continue to hang out with other races. Oh well, that's just how I. Oh, my cat. Oh yeah, that's just how I feel about that. But I was like, oh, so that automatically done. And then I never knew about I didn't. It wasn't the Jake Paul one because I didn't care about Jake Paul. Not gonna lie. Only time I knew about the Paul brothers was Logan, when he was popping off of like Instagram and he was doing the splits all over the world. That's the only time I ever paid attention to any Logan. It was the Jeffree Star one, because I'm not gonna lie, Jeffree Star was my low-key like guilty pleasure. He was. Just because he was funny. Like I don't know why he was funny to me. And I knew about the Jackie thing, but I thought he really changed. I'm just going to own it. I thought he really changed. And so when shit kept popping up, I was just like, okay. But Shane Dawson, I didn't know nothing. I never subscribed to him, didn't listen to him. And then when all this stuff came out about the kid stuff, I was like, oh no, see, that's why I didn't like you. That's why I didn't like you. Racist stuff and kids, I can't do it. So he needs to go away. I was a fan of Shane during that time that he was making, let me put it up here, making those videos, all of the stuff popping up or stuff that wow, so young. See, that's what was an issue. And I thought it was okay. But I'm going to be honest, okay? I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to keep it 100. When people say that the internet was a different time, dead ass, it was a different time. The stuff was trash, especially when you look at it now that more people are starting to understand the innuendos, the things that was happening, what you were playing off of. And during that time, there were moments where I was like, oh no, because I was getting into understanding more. I was just starting my lock journey. I was getting more into that natural stuff and trying to embrace being Black, because it is true. Like, we are ingrained to really think it's some trash stuff. We do try to sometimes try to aim for Eurocentric, features and things like that. And so I was starting to get into the whole loving who I was. And there were times where it was like, oh no, but I enjoyed Jenna Marbles. I did. I laughed. I was weak when she did her Nicki Minaj stuff. When we say it was a different time, it was. I said trash stuff. I will own it. I said some trash stuff, some racist stuff, it was like, because it was like, what one big one that was big was grammar. Nah, like how he had lipstick. Nah. We used to be like, oh, you're a grammar. Nah. I'm not going to say the middle. That was the norm. Trash as hell. That was the norm. And I would say that. I would be like, I'm a grammar. Nah. And again, it doesn't excuse it. It was trash, but I did. I enjoyed Jenna Marbles. I didn't understand the implications back then, because we even had Black creators where I have issues with the things that they put out back then, where they were exploiting Black women and making fun of it and things like that. But I laughed. That was normalized, and now we can look back and see how trash that content was and stuff. But I did. I was one of those people that laughed. I said trash things because we didn't really understand. Like, we were really in that time to where it was just like, internet was new. Like, I feel like an old lady when I'm like, I remember when we had the dial-up. Like, I had the dial-up, it started getting better. And man, chat rooms and things like that, it was a mess. It was a mess. Things were said on the internet. Like, kids think it's bad now. It's just that now they have more access to cameras and stuff, and we didn't have that like that. But we said trash shit back then too. We really did. And so when it came to like some of the things that they did, like with the face and stuff, like Jenna Marbles, that didn't really bother me. Like as long as, because then they, apologize. With Shane, it was different because you were saying words. You weren't just sitting there trying to, maybe impersonate or be some type of parody or anything. You were saying really bad words. Like you were sitting here saying these words that I would sock you in your mouth if you were around me. I'm just real, you guys. You're like, huh? Boom, you get hit. So that's a no. Didn't watch him then, but I can understand what people say. It was a different time because that was what was considered comedy. That's what was considered entertainment. It was trash. It was trash as hell. I partaked in that trash, but the people I did watch and enjoy, they were not sitting here throwing around the N-word. They were not sitting here saying things where I would hit you in your mouth. Weren't saying it. None of that. No. Hi, Sammy. Thank you. Just done some, with the kids, trash. Remembering that time put me in severe depression. Wow. Oh, girl. I can tell you some stuff. My dad was married to a white woman, and her kids used to say some really trash stuff. They used to say some really trash stuff. They would make fun of my name because it sounded black. And of course I'm chunky, so they're sitting here making fun of me because I'm fat, black, and whatever the case is, ghetto to them. I had my stepmom sit me down with a dictionary because she didn't like the slang I used, and had me look at the definitions for ghetto, had me look up the definitions for nappy. Like, yes, girl, my own family. My stepbrother had a Confederate flag in his room, and he used that bullshit line of, it's my heritage, it's just history. What? My dad went off, rightfully so, and it was taken, but he still had it on his truck. And then we moved out here, Arizona, the little things, the little nuances of racism. The fact that, where Jake Paul was out here rioting, Scottsdale, Arizona, again, where the lady was pushing down the masks. You can't just be going over there if you are black or brown. And if you do, you better make sure your car is nice. You better make sure you're not driving a car that they could allow or understand is over there. If you drove a little rinky-dink something, because once you hit that line, it's Audis, it's Beamers, it's Land Rovers, it's Mercedes, it's any luxury car that you could think of. When you go over there and you're not driving something that is at least newer, pulled over, instantaneous. Me and my boyfriend talk about it all the time. And that was where the clubs were. We didn't want to go to the clubs in the predominantly black areas because they didn't get the funding and they weren't able to be as popping as the other clubs. And they would have black clubs. That's what it was known as black clubs in that area that was surrounded by the white clubs. But you see a way more police force outside the black club. Way more. And sitting here, like you said, it does. You start to realize, like, dang, I've been living in this state. And you didn't realize the little things that you were dealing with and the little things that that causes you anxiety. Sitting here, driving down the street out here. We've had issues where it was just recently why they were protesting. They killed a black man on the side of the freeway. Our highway patrol, and is using the excuse of fear for my life, which, let's not even get into that. Like, I kind of understand because he was on the side of a freeway, and we have had people where they've got killed on the side of the freeway, but it was still one of those things where it's like, it's happened too often. And it was always somewhere we're always in the back of looking out our window. Even though you can be driving legit as hell, they will still get you. They just pulled my boyfriend over for no reason. Not even too long ago. And he knew exactly what it was. But since, when I have to finish my degree, but it was in criminal justice. I'm changing that because I don't know. But I learned all of our things, and he's always been about his rights. So they couldn't really do nothing, but there was nothing they didn't pull him over for nothing. Oh no, it was because he made a wide turn. Instead of going to directly the first line, they pulled him over for that. And then come to find out he's legit all the way. What you pull him over for? Nothing. Ugh. And played along with it, never realized how much, from that, Aw, thank you, Sammy. Appreciate you if you're still in here. It's just honest, And yeah, Shane, he did. He poked fun at Eugenia. He was trash. I'm so happy that I live in LA where I have friends of all nationalities and feel comfortable embracing me. Yeah, that's what's great. Like, and when I went from girl, I'm originally, well, I say I'm originally from Cali and Pennsylvania, outside of Philly. So growing up, I was always in predominantly Black and Latino or Puerto Rican, because they're not Latino, Hispanic communities. And it was rare for you to see anyone who was white, honestly. So then when I went to go live with my mother, she lives in LA area, right? I think right now she's in Hawthorne. When I went to go live with her, it was in my hometown of Long Beach. And again, predominantly Black, Hispanic, Latinx, Asian, especially the South Asians, Cambodians, a lot of them. So very diverse. When I went back to Pennsylvania after I got out of foster care, it was a culture shock because my dad and my stepmom were living in a predominantly white area. And I was the fourth Black kid or Black girl. Honestly, we were all girls. The fourth one in the whole school, in middle school, the fourth one. And I was the newest one. The other ones had grown up with those kids. So I was like, whoa, shock. But I embraced, I was cool. And then moving out here, it was the same thing. It was all the kids of color, we all hung out. You could tell, you would look in our big old area where we all hung out. You had the kids of color, but then you also had the kids of non-color. And then as soon as that school, they had a new school open up, majority of the kids of color went to that school. So again, there wasn't a big amount of us. And so it's one of those things where it's like, I'm cool with everybody else, but there were many where they're like, and then you get those little microaggressions. It's just, way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think, like I said, with Jenna, once she held herself accountable, nobody was coming for her or anything like that. And I'm glad she took accountability for it. Cause yeah, I was a Jenna, I loved Jenna Marbles back in the day. She was funny. But now looking back, it's like, oh, girl. But she never sat here and did like the N word or anything like that. To me, it felt like you were really impersonating Nicki Minaj, or, like I didn't take it like that back then. Now I can understand. Really? Oh, I have to see. Look at missed so much. I missed so much. Let's see. What else did y'all say? Shane was far more insulting. Yep, Shane was saying stuff that people thought was okay to say to me. I was the only white person in my entire school system, small town. Wow. She said, definitely uppercut. Yeah. I had coworkers be like, "Can I touch your hair?" Had white people who did feel comfortable with the N word until I got older and was like, the N with the A. I was like, nah, I don't like that. It was a slow realization. But again, it's a mess. It's a mess. Yes. Hi, Sammy. Girl, man, I had a good emo phase. And it's not really a phase because I'm still kind of, to me, I do lean more alternative. I love it. Like the things I see that the younger generation is doing now. Oh my gosh. But yes, I was the girl that, like, that's why your face, like I say, your picture is serving face with the dark lipstick. I go more vampy all the time. Like when I'm making like my little characters on my video game, they always are dark and wearing like, the Wednesday Addams type of outfit. Like so it wasn't really a phase. Like I listen to everything. I can listen to all types of music. I really do. I have my favorite band, just like System of a Down, like that. I have every single album on my phone. I don't care. Listen to them all the time. Like I hit the old school. I love all music, but I think I'm more like alternative. Oh yeah, thank you, Fedora. Thank you. Nicole is garbage. I can't. Wow. I was actually happy about that y'all talked about those things. Because, yeah, I did have a lot to say about that. That was an issue. That was a big issue I had. It was just eye-opening. It was really eye-opening that a lot of creators have been on this platform and have been doing like Jenna Marbles, okay, I give you like kind of a little, it's trash, but the other ones, it's like, yo, and y'all really, and then they really like are just now realizing that was bad. Like, it should have always been bad, and it's like, I only can give you so much leeway, but when you used it as insulting and you used it as a way to like literally mock and say trash ass things, I can't like, nah. And a lot of these people literally got rich off of this type of stuff. And it's always funny because like my boyfriend to this day, he's still like, you were never on YouTube back then. And the people, when I did, it was Jenna Marbles. It was like people like that. I slowly got into, I got into the makeup YouTube around 2016, 2015. No, 2015. Because I remember Jaclyn Hill when she was first starting around those early times. I remember watching even Raw Beauty Christie. I've been watching her for about 3 years. Like, that was really what I went into. And then I started venturing out. I really started venturing out into the other parts of YouTube late 2016. So that's when I found the mukbangs, and then I started finding all the other stuff. And then when I started my weight loss journey, that's when I went into that side of YouTube. Like, I wasn't on like that. He always used to try to too. Like, he'd be like, no, I'm not watching that. I don't care. I watch TV. Like, I did not. Oh yeah, I didn't put them in. I will start doing that. It's like, the post or the PayPal and stuff like that. No worries. I didn't put them in. I'll probably start including them. I haven't even really doing it on my videos either. I'm starting to get back into it though. Like, I did post like a patron only video now that I understand how to let y'all be able to watch them. Wait, I want you to watch that and look at that, Jael, because I'm going in about the Jada Pinkett Smith stuff over there. That was, I had issues. It wasn't okay. That's just it. It was not okay. That shouldn't have happened. Don't care. No. Wednesday Addams with that. Yes. See, and that's like really, I'm into like, I'm more alternative. I love that type of stuff. I just don't dress it because I don't care. I'm one of them like, comfy is as comfy does. But when it's like my favorite type of look, I just like that. That's my thing. That is my thing. She said, I'm just weak at that though. But yeah, I had to live with that. And that was very eye-opening. I felt it, but I didn't feel it. But then that's when I really leaned into like, yes, the entanglement. Yeah, you gotta check that out. But that's when it was like I was really doing damage to my hair. I was always trying to make my hair straight because I was made fun of it. It was a mess, and it's trash. That whole situation was trash. Yes, like just comfy. I need to just be comfortable. If I'm going somewhere, I gotta be comfy. Like, even when I go to work, it's like they want you to do like business casual. Nah, it's more casual. I'm out in the community. You can't tell me nothing. Like, unless I'm going to if I'm going to my client's house, it's like really casual. But if I'm going to a doctor's appointment, like back in the day when we went, or visit you in the hospital, things like that, that's when you got the business casual. Okay. But every other time it was, I'm not doing it. The entanglement excuse was the female versions of that whole, everybody's talking points were trash. If she was a man, she would have got dragged way harder. If she was a man, she would have got dragged way harder. Yeah, I don't want to give it away too much because I want you to watch it. But she took advantage of that man. I don't care. That's all I'm gonna say. She took advantage of that man. She did, and he don't even realize it. And it's something sad to me, because that's another good topic that we could always talk about another time, because I could go in deep with that. But the double standard when it comes to certain shit like that, when it comes to things that people taking advantage of, and the second will always sit here and yell at a man for doing things. But we need to hold women accountable too. We need to hold men, women, non-binary, transgender, whatever you identify as. If you do trash stuff, you get this heat. I'm going to tell you about it. And that entire thing was trash. It was trash as hell. What ended up happening, CK, was that Jada Pinkett and her husband, like Will Smith. Now, it's always been rumored that they've had an open marriage. It's always been rumored that they've had other partners, things like that. Will's been photographed with who we believe is his side piece, his woman he's having his other, relationship with. There have been two that actually have been kind of identified. And we never really knew about Jada until August. August Alsina, he's a rapper. She was getting seen with him. And back then people speculated, but she was just like, oh no, we're, here to help him out. And he had a hard time, but you're going to red carpet events and stuff like that. Never really addressed it because, again, people always automatically assumed they had an open marriage. Now it comes out that they really were messing around. People have had an issue. A lot of people were going off about just the relationship part, about them being married. Why are you married if you're doing this? A lot of people had issue with how that relationship started. I was one of them. So yeah, it was crazy. And now, personally, I don't care about how they handle their relationships. Never been. Yeah, she's married to him. So they think that a lot of people had speculated they had an open marriage. Now she has like a TV show on Facebook, and they had a conversation with each other, Will and Jada, and they were talking about the whole rumor, how it came out, because he had he had an album coming out. He was releasing new music, so he had to get some talk around it somehow. You already know drama sells. So he brought it out now. It's been years. Everybody already knew that it was done and all of that. He talks about it now, and everybody's like, oh, confirmation, causes the internet a stir, and everybody's asking her about it because they are so famous. And she got on her little TV show on Facebook and told the world that, yes, it was true, but me and Will were broken up at the time. We almost got a divorce. Now, I watched her little show on Facebook a couple of times, and there was one where she did have August on there, and she said that she don't talk to him no more. Okay, so that must have just ended recently, because that was about a year ago she had him on there on her own little show, the rapper on her show. But she said it multiple times that she looks at them as like partners. They look at each other as partners. They're never going to get rid of each other. They never use the word like husband and wife. They're, just no matter what, they're always going to be together. That told me right then and there, words mean things. And when you're saying stuff like that, that says no matter what happens, you're going to have this person, they're going to have this person. They are a brand. They're going to stay together. And so it wasn't really shocking. It wasn't. But a lot of people went to that, oh, you're married. I don't care what the heck you do in your relationship, as long as it's with consenting adults and you're not taking advantage of anybody, which she did. Just saying. I don't care if you have an open marriage. I don't care if you choose not to get married. I don't care if you have you're polyamorous. I don't care. None of that. I had friends who were polyamorous. I had friends who had open marriages. I've had friends who are just monogamous. I lean more that way. But freaking, I don't care, as long as it's somebody who's over the age and there's no little power struggle going on. And she had power. There was, yeah. Yes. As the tummy turns. He did. He really did. But I also think a lot of it was he was just annoyed that he had to deal with it. I was telling my partner, I told him, hold on, let me grab. I was telling my partner that I knew he was at home mad. I knew he was going off, because it's like, didn't y'all have an NDA or anything? Because this is like, again, the rumors, they've been going around. I think he was more, I feel like he was hurt, but I also think that he was more, he was annoyed with having to address this, the fact that He came out and even said anything. Like, you should have had him sign some papers, because you don't see Will's woman doing anything like that, just keeping it real. Like, I love the fact that he called her out on it, because she was saying entanglements, and everybody's like, well, that is really entanglements. No, it was a sexual relationship. Just be honest. Like, you don't try to play these games. She always tries to play it as, oh, I'm so therapeutic. Like, no, he did. He really did, though, look hard. He really did. So, yeah, I went into depth over there. You can check it out now that I fixed the videos. Trash. What the heck was I doing? I did what I was even like, this is how you know I was having a hard time. I had recorded like 3 videos for y'all. And I just didn't like them. And I wasn't in the mood to edit back when I was like super gone. I was in the mood to edit, and I was just like, that's where it started to decline. Because I talked about Tiger King. That was a whole mess, but I enjoyed it. Did I enjoy it? That was greatness. I've just been binging on some Netflix. Like, I haven't been reading. I need to get back into my reading. I've just been escaping into video games and looking at drama that's been online. There's been so much, too. It's just like, everywhere you look around, somebody's talking about this or that, and it's just like, it's always something that could easily be not trash, but you could have not been a trash person, easily. But anything else y'all want to talk about before I hop off? I appreciate y'all for being here. I do. I missed y'all. It's like you don't want to do it, but then once you get into it, you understand why you like doing it, It does. And it's crazy because I like the fact that a lot more creators are coming out talking about it, because it seems like so many of them were really just like trying to focus on the good. Everything's been great. But I've started to notice a lot of people that I watch, they've been taking breaks, and she do. I need to see some parodies. But I've been seeing a lot of them explaining why they've been gone, and this has been a crazy time. 2020 has been trash. We've lost so many good people. So many people have passed away. We've been dealing with quarantine and doing all of that. Like, it's been hard on everybody. It's been hard. Except for the uber rich people who really don't care. Like Jeff Bezos. I can't. And I'm really hoping they get rid of TikTok. I'm not going to lie. Like, I hate the content that be up on there, because it's like I try to block a lot of it. But my son, ever since he started getting into TikTok, the words that come out of his mouth, hold on. It's just like, I can't do it. Can't do it. But I'm going to try to be more, I'm having the urge now to want to be more online, interacting, especially because like my family, they're crazy. I can't, she said, thank you, Marina. I'm happy to see you. Especially because I did send you a little video on Twitter. I didn't know if you got it or not, because I don't be checking my messages, not gonna lie. That's why I'm sorry, y'all. I did not mean to ghost y'all, for real. It'd be a lot. No, they're talking about getting it banned or getting a new owner, so that way it's a US based or whatever. But I will have to check out those parodies for Trisha Paytas and Jeffree Star. I gotta see it. I do. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get on especially Instagram a little bit more. I be on Twitter every once in a while retweeting stuff and doing all of that. But definitely Instagram, because like I be missing some stuff, especially with my family, because that's really the only way I talk to them. I'm not big on Facebook. I'm cool. I go into groups real quick, talk about my video games, and hop back off. But I do want to hop back into like the Discord, so especially yours, CK, because I know there's a lot of folks over there I want to say hi to. I just lost my, there we go. I do want to get into that. I want to get on Instagram a little bit more, just so I can keep y'all updated and going on, because it's like I need that interaction. But it's just like, I know I'm having it. This is how I know like depression's lifting. When I actually care about talking to people. When I feel good talking to people. When I'm not, I isolate. And like right now, this is where I'm like, yeah, I actually felt good. I wanted to do the live last weekend. I really did. It was just bam. It was so crazy. But yes, I'm feeling better, y'all. I did want to give y'all that update. Just let you know it wasn't It was very mild. Like I said, it felt like a sinus infection, loss of smell, but we're doing really good. We're paying attention. I know I'm going to keep up with the long-term effects though, because I feel like there has been a little bit of issues with like my breathing, not really my breathing, but like achy. I feel like it's my lungs, but then also sometimes I feel like I make shit up too, but I am going to, yes, I will. I will definitely hop into the Discord. Probably sometime this week. I will, for real. Especially because I still have to quarantine at home. I have to test after Tuesday, and then I won't find out either Thursday or Friday. So I'm still going to be home before I can even go see my clients. So I'll hop up in there, have a little bit more time. But freaking, I feel good. We're paying attention. I'm going to pay attention to any long-term effects it might have. I know they said that the sense of smell can be a hot mess afterwards. Like, it came back. It hasn't gone anywhere. It doesn't come. There's moments where it kind of went boop, boop, especially when it was coming back all the way. It was going in and out. But right now we've been good. My youngest has been good. We just video chatted yesterday. He over there chilling because he has to start school Monday. So they're giving that. My ex-husband had a quarantine, but he gets to go back to work on Monday. So it's been okay. Like it was scary. I was hoping that my youngest mainly didn't get any sicker, didn't turn around and it did anything. But he's been doing pretty good. And again, his whole family over there have been negative. And by the time they got tested, they were exposed to him for like a week. And they still came up negative. And then that's why my ex-husband, he had to get tested again because he told his people at his job that his son came positive, and he called them after work because he found out after that Saturday after work. And he told them, and they were like, oh, no. So he tested negative again later in the week. And so he's able to go back to work on Monday. Oh, lots of new people. Oh, that'll be fun. So we are good. I'm going to be hopping. I'll be uploading. I'm hoping. I don't really have a schedule just yet. I'm hoping to have at least 2 videos up for you guys this week. I wanted to get a live in at least first, just to kind of be like, I'm back, because it's been so long. It's been so flipping long, but I'm hoping to have at least 2 videos up. I'm working on some others. Like I have one. Man, I might do this week, Chris, and then next week I have a video I'm researching about because I have some issues with this people. Someone had suggested it in the comments, and when I went to see what they were suggesting, I was like, oh, let's have a conversation about that, because it seems like people are literally losing their damn minds with everything. It's like everything is a conspiracy. Everything is fucked up. Everything is like, it just can't be face value. So I'm going to be working on that. I'll be hopping up on social media. Always check me out, you guys, on Twitter or on Instagram. Usually when I share Instagram, it's like things I'm watching or things like that. Don't be showing, because I be kind of private, There's too many weird people out there, and I'm very not big. Like the last time I posted my kids was like almost 2 years ago now, or a year ago. Yeah, it was like last school year. Like, I don't do that. But I do want to share more stuff and keep, especially the journey to find K1. I want to start updating more with like, hey, updates and things that I'm doing. But like, oh, about what? Like videos. Oh no, I ain't telling you yet. Just trying to be nosy. No. But it is mental health related for sure. And it's an organization I'm talking about. So I'm not gonna tell you which one or nothing like that. But yeah, so I'm researching that just to kind of make sure I get my points across, because I like to just hop on here and when I record, I kind of go with the flow so you get me. Because it sounds so robotic. But this one, I want to make sure I get everything pretty cool. So definitely look out for that. I don't know when they're going to be up, but they'll be up. I'm going to work on some stuff for Patreon. Get y'all some stuff going on. I did change the tiers. So if anybody wants to check out patreon.com journey to find K. I switched tiers up a little bit because I wanted to do like exclusive patron only lives, but I want to get some more people so that we have a little bit more interaction, stuff like that. So took that off and switched some stuff up a little bit. But she says, I know. Well, you guys can check that out as well. Just slowly put my toes back in. The first 2 videos, it was cool. It took me a second to get back into editing. Like, that's why I'm so like, girl, CK, your editing has been good. It took me a minute to get back into understanding how to do that mess. It took a minute. I've been on here for 2 hours, y'all. I did not expect that. But I appreciate everyone who stopped by, who's watching now. CK, Marina, Jael. I have another person who's up in here. I don't know who you are, but I appreciate you for watching. Everyone who stops by when I leave this up, I appreciate you for watching for that as well. It's 2 hours. If they make it this far into it, y'all, props. I love y'all. But I appreciate y'all kicking it with me and talking with me and updating me. Let me know how y'all have been doing. I'm so sorry, CK, that your government is being trash against y'all with disabilities. Like, I'm so sorry. And Jael, I'm super happy that you were here. You're getting, hitting your shit, hitting your business. Your family is doing good. Your dad recovered. I'm so happy to see everyone in the positive light. Marina, if you're still here, I appreciate you. I'm glad that you're doing well. You're doing great. Happy to see your face up in here. Yes, I'm super happy. We're doing pretty good. Just hoping we don't get it again. Like, no, because we know it's a hard time going out there. So I hope everyone's being safe. Make sure you guys are wearing your masks. Don't mess up like I did. Make sure you're disinfecting anything that you're taking into your house. I'm happy to be back, you guys. I really am. It's like, and I'm glad that you guys definitely understand. That's why I love our community. You guys get it. You guys understand when you need that break. You need that mental health break. And I needed it. It was bad, but meds are doing good. I'm feeling better. I'm going to hit y'all up. Yes, we are going to chat and catch up. I'm trying to hit you up sometime this week. Okay, for real. Just trying to, it's been hard because we're trying to figure out the kid stuff too. So don't think I'd be trying to ignore y'all. None of that. It's never anything personal. It's just be like trying to, ooh, girl, and the school's starting to, and now they're going to do it at home. Oh, I'm already going to figure out, like, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess. And then I'm going to try to do another live sometime later this month so I can talk to y'all again. But I appreciate y'all being here for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Y'all are awesome. I love y'all. Check out my new videos coming up. I'm going to check out all y'all's videos coming up as well. CK, everybody else I've been following. I've been watching Rocks. I've been watching Brandy. Like, y'all been having good content. Y'all don't understand how much it has been helping. I told Rocks as well that her live streams were awesome. Yeah, I didn't chat or anything like that, but I was watching. I saw you up in there, CK. And just feed all y'all. But y'all don't know how much that helped. It really did. Especially, I was loving when CK started popping up with them edits, though. And I was like, look at you. And I knew. And that's what I was like, yes, this is her thing. This is what she was waiting for. Like, I'm so proud of you. And super congratulations on passing 500 subs. I saw that too. Slapping over there. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I hope y'all stay safe. Wear your masks. Disinfect. I don't know what else. Y'all know. And I will catch you guys later. I appreciate y'all. Bye. Y'all are awesome.